Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. You can tell we are back home. So thanks for coming in and supporting all these past few days as we've been traveling. But breaking, Tesla has now flipped the script and they have changed their pricing just a little bit. And now this option, this feature, this color now costs $1,000, and a different color now is actually free. So we're going to talk about that plus a variety of topics. But before we do that, let's run that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, where you can get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. So definitely check out Patreon link down below in the description. And shout out to my latest Patreon member, Bhavyata. Sorry if I messed that up, but thank you for supporting. If you want to check it out and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla, definitely check it out. Patreon link down below. But here it is. Shout out to Sawyer Merritt for posting this. Breaking: Tesla has changed the free color option in North America for the Model Y and Model 3 to midnight silver. Before, of course, the free option was white. The white color option is now $1,000, this is pretty interesting, right? Because a lot of Tesla vehicles that you probably have noticed, especially in California, are white, and that's because it's free. People want to be, they want to be the cheapest one. They want to pick the cheapest vehicle, cheapest price out there, and so white was the go-to color of choice. And that's where we would see posts like this. Shout out to our friend Charge Go Group on Twitter for posting this. You can see, quote, which color was the free one again, and you can see at a supercharger that they're at in California, all these different Teslas are white vehicles, because it makes sense, right? And that's why a lot of people will wrap their Teslas, because they go with the cheap white option first and then wrap it after that. But it seems like, furthering on this quote, all other color options and prices are the same. No change to Model S or Model X pricing. So if you didn't know, if you didn't notice, if you go to a Tesla Model 3 site or Model Y site now, it now defaults to the gray color. And we've actually got this color on our Model X. I've grown to like it every single day. I used to not really be a fan of it, but it definitely has a little bit of depth and more niceness to it at the end of the day. So if you scroll down here, go into the color section now, white cost $1,000, blue is also another $1,000, black $1,500, and red $2,000. But I get this question a lot, like, which color should you get if you're looking to resell, or the best resaleability? And really, to be honest, I wouldn't try and spend any sort of money for any of the colors. If anything, maybe just $1,000 or $1,500 for the black, because I've always wanted a black Tesla, but unfortunately, of the past three ones, the Model 3, the Model Y, S, and now X, we have not been able to get a black Tesla, because, I also want the best deal at the end of the day. But the interesting thing for that is what I've seen, certainly in the past, when I take a look at waitingfortesla.com and I look at demo inventory discounted websites or discounted prices, I usually see the biggest discounts on performance models, and on top of that, red color vehicles. So, I definitely don't think red is a worthwhile investment unless you get a really slick deal on it. Of course, if you're looking for the best deal, definitely consider using a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, because if you use a Tesla referral code before you place your order, you can get anywhere from 1,500 loot box credits to even $1,000 off your Tesla order. So definitely check it out. Referral code down below in the description. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Now we're probably going to see a lot more gray Teslas in the near future around all the different areas, because it's going to be free. But really, I would kind of agree with this from Jay Jeeves. He actually said they should all be free. The colors are terrible compared to all other company prices. This is basically shots fired that all the other OEMs, all the other manufacturers, auto manufacturers out there have more in-depth or more variety of colors, and Tesla really just has 5 colors at the end: a gray, white, blue, black and red. But I've always loved the blue. We had a blue Model Y, I had a red Model 3, and the Model S was a white one. So if I were to do it again, I would probably get black, or really whatever the free color is out there. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. This is on Model 3 and Model Y, and not on the Model S or Model X. And the good thing is, that's why I always recommend people to lock in their order, lock in their pricing, because if you've got your pricing locked in, if you ordered a white Tesla, they are not going to come back on you and try and charge you $1,000 more. Your older pricing is going to get locked in, and you're good and squared away, ready to go. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the next topic, but before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link, or support the channel. We can get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there, so definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. Miu, thanks for coming in. Welcome back. Thanks for supporting. Another channel announcement. If you are interested in winning a giveaway for 3D Mats USA all-weather floor mats for your Model 3 or Model Y, first thing is definitely check out some of the discount codes down below in the description, and head on over to our YouTube community page where we post polls almost every single day. Scroll down to the 5th post down, you'll find the giveaway post. It's actually ending this Friday. So if you're interested in winning a set of all-weather floor mats for your Model 3 or Model Y, definitely consider checking it out, and definitely check out some of our discount codes down below in the description as well. We got 3D Mats USA, all these different Tesla accessories, REFERRAL, Jawa, Tesla, and also MAGBAK down there as well. So thank you to everybody that's used our Tesla referral code, also down below in the description, and any of the Tesla accessory discount codes down below in the description as well. And also thank you to 3D Mats USA for sponsoring this giveaway. So it's going to be ending this Friday. So good luck to everybody if you're interested in winning a set of all-weather floor mats for your Tesla Model 3 or Model Y. In this next topic, I know there's always a talk about hardware 3 and hardware 4, but now there is a new tool that just got launched online where you can simply just throw in vehicle information and check whether to see if your vehicle, whether it's upcoming, coming, not delivered yet, or even delivered, on whether your vehicle has hardware 4.0 or not. So we'll take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And so let us take a look at this. Shout out to TeslaScope. They launched this quote. We've launched Autopilot Check, a simple, effortless way of determining if your vehicle has hardware 4. Tesla's latest autopilot computer or any other version. Here's the actual link. Shout out to TeslaScope/autopilot-check. No TeslaScope account is required. Check for hardware 4 before you take delivery or any time after. So we popped open the link here. You can see it's a ridiculously simple, effortless way of checking which autopilot computer your vehicle has. So it seems like what you have to do is you can either connect your Tesla.com account, or you can find the URL link from that. You post it in there, and then you can see whether your vehicle has hardware 4 or not. So shout out to TeslaScope for building this fantastic cool tool, because I know a lot of you out there, a lot of you are trying to figure out whether your vehicle has hardware 4 or not, whether you're even taking delivery or not. And a lot of you probably will even cancel your order or even push off your order, especially if it's a Model Y. Then it certainly does not make any sort of sense. Model 3 seems to be having hardware 3.0, and they're probably going to hold off into the Highland version, and we really haven't seen any sort of Model 3s with hardware 4 just yet. But correct me if I'm wrong. If someone has seen it, or if someone has taken delivery of a Model 3 with the hardware 4, definitely let me know, because I have not seen anything about that with a Model 3 coming out with hardware 4, or the current version. That's not non-Highland, but definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the next topic, but before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link, which supports the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. So definitely check out Patreon link down below in the description. All right, Jinjin, thanks for coming in. Too Loose, thanks for coming in. We got a couple of topics to run through, and then we'll certainly get to all the live stream comments, because that's the benefits, right? You can come in here, ask anything you want, and then we'll certainly get to it. And this next topic, it seems like Tesla has rolled out recently support for third-party apps. But the question is a Tesla app store coming out very soon? We've got app stores all over the place. Your iPhone has one, your Android phone has one, but why not your Tesla vehicle as well? But shout out to Electric. We're going to go over an article where they talk about where a Tesla app store might be coming out in the near future. So we're going to get into it, but let's just jump into it. So shout out to Electric Co. What's the first thing you're downloading? This is the tweet, as you can take a look at, and here's the actual article. Tesla prepares to support third-party apps. We saw this and we highlighted this in a video last week about how one person was able to find in the code that third-party app support and services is coming out very, very soon. And so the question is a Tesla app store coming to the Tesla vehicles? I think this will be great. Here's a kind of a generated shot of what this might look like. You got the Starbucks app, the McDonald's app, where you could just preload it, but also we've got our phone, right? That way you can do this from that. But this would be a cool idea. Quote, the idea of the Tesla app store to let third-party apps run on Tesla vehicles is far from new. Since Tesla launched the Model S in 2012, the automaker has talked on and off about releasing a software development kit to create third-party app ecosystem on the giant center touchscreens. And we've heard Tesla talk about this before, right? When autopilot and full self-driving is actually out, then we will need more things to do in our vehicle, play games, watch movies while our vehicles drive us to our destination. But definitely some cool stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Which app would you want to see first on your Tesla vehicle designed by the actual app store? We're going to jump into the next topic, but before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link to support the channel, so definitely check it out if you are interested. Emu, the thoughts on Cybertruck mid-trim pricing, $60,000 after 7.5 EV credit and $2,000 SoCal clean air rebate. I think the mid-truck, yeah, I could see $50,000 to $60,000, but top tier is definitely going to be above there. And that's actually, it's funny you bring that up, MEU. We actually brought that up we polled the community and everybody out there. What price do you think the Cybertruck will launch at? Because we are in the third quarter now, and a delivery event should be coming out in this quarter. So an overwhelming 39% said 59,000 to 70,000. 34% said 79 to 89,000. That's personally what I think it's going to be at. 14% said 90,000 to 100,000. And of course, 9% said 40,000 to $50,000. So I certainly think it's going to be I certainly think it's going to be either the 80 to 90 to maybe even 100K, but I've got wishful thinking that it will come in right under $100,000, because if it comes in right under $100,000, it will qualify for the $7,500 federal tax credit. Well, as long as the vehicle and you qualify as an individual yourself, and that would be a great, fantastic opportunity for Tesla to sell a bunch of Cybertrucks if this vehicle actually comes out. So fingers crossed, right? Jinjin, wait, Model 3 has hardware 4 now? No, I don't think so, not at the moment. Model 3 is a good one. Yes, Model 3 right now, a lot of vehicles out there, certain 77 vehicles out there, but all of them pretty much have discounts. You can see right here, this seems to be a pretty good deal. Model 3 rear-wheel drive white with black interior, and it's got almost a $4,500 discount. This, of course, stacks with the $7,500 federal tax credit, but of course, the white now costs $1,000, and you will get the tax credit. So if you're interested in buying a Model 3 or Model Y, definitely consider using a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, because if you use a Tesla referral code, you can get anywhere from 1,500 loot box credits all the way up to $1,000 off before ordering your Tesla. So definitely check it out. Tesla referral code down below in the description. And of course, thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody that's used our Tesla referral code in the past and also in the future. But if you're just joining in, welcome. Tesla has now updated the pricing for Tesla Model 3 and Model Y. And now the silver color is free, and the white color, which I know a lot of you were interested or were excited to try and buy, now costs $1,000. But I can imagine a lot of you probably ordered the white color because it was free. Well, great news. As long as your pricing is not higher than or lower than the current pricing, you can now convert it and change to the silver color and get that color for free. So a little bit of a hack there. You might push out your delivery, or maybe you won't, because usually when Tesla does stuff like this, they probably have a lot of inventory in the books, or a lot of inventory slash production incoming. So they will switch up the color like this to just try and sell more of these vehicles in that certain color. So they always do stuff with, intention. So they've definitely done this because there's probably a lot of silver Model 3s and Model Ys coming into the queue. And so they probably just wanted to make it free so that they can sell a lot more of them at the end of the day. In this next topic, so Tesla, it seems to be a part of their MO that when vehicles, before they get to start getting released, they do a lot of testing, which makes sense. But it seems like in the past, we've seen the Cybertruck being tested in all different environments, including winter testing. But big news out of today, it seems like a Model 3 Highland was also spotted winter testing. So we'll take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, where you can get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide for buying your Tesla that has all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. So definitely check out Patreon link down below in the description. But let us take a look at this. Shout out to Cybertruck 420, Dominic, a huge advocate for Tesla vehicles. And he does a lot of great work because he's given us all these fantastic renders of Model 3 Highland, a bunch of spy shops, and much, much more. But taking a look at this, seems like he retweeted a post from Cybertruck NZ. Quote, now that the whole sexy Tesla family has gathered at the SHPAG in Cardrona, New Zealand, maybe a shot a new winter video soon. Seems to be the last winter. You can see here there's a camouflage CT under the shed back in the visible, but there seems to be a possibility that this is a Model 3 Highland hidden under the black cover. So here's the best look that we can take. You can see that it is pretty much a very, very, very covered up and tinted Model 3. So one can only assume that this is a Model 3 Highland, because it wouldn't make sense for them to be testing an older version, right? And so this could be that we're going to be seeing a very, very soon launch and release of the Model 3 Highland. The Cybertruck was seen very, very recently tested as well. So it seems like there's potentially a launch of the Model 3 Highland, because this would make sense, right? They would launch the Model 3 Highland in China first, and in Americas, they would focus on the Cybertruck, because the Cybertruck is coming to the Americas first. So maybe this is something where maybe they potentially stagger both of these launches, one in China, one in America. That would be an insane Q3/Q4 with all this different hype coming to the Tesla vehicles. But let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what you're thinking. Do you think what's going to be launching first? Do you think the Cybertruck's going to launch first, or do you think the Model 3 Highland is going to launch first? I think that's a good poll question. So maybe that is a good thing we will ask on the channel. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the last topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link or support the channel. So definitely check it out if you're interested. I want Tesla to pick the free. I want Tesla to call you to pick the free color. I got what you're saying. I mean, they should just do like cycles, right? I mean, that would really triple people. Like, what if they started doing things where at some point, like, white was free? I mean, they have flipped between white and gray, if I remember correctly. But what if they did like, hey, everyone, this month, blue is going to be free, or hey, everyone, this month, black is going to be free, and they just started doing promotions like that. That'd be pretty interesting, right? If they, or like in Christmas, they did blue and red and it was free, or maybe they started like, well, I guess they can't do limited edition colors because that wouldn't make sense financially. But I mean, they could. I mean, they're doing it in Europe right now with the red and also the silver, Quicksilver. And so I really feel like they should bring those colors to the US as well. And so they're probably just holding that in their back pocket to build hype and FOMO in other markets, because now that we don't have it here, we want it, right? And so they could tier out this stuff like this, promotions, and release it, make a big thing about it, and then everybody would be hyped about it, just like how there's a new color iPhone every single year. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff, right? In this next topic, we're going to talk about Tesla's latest update. 2023.26 has a cool feature called Charge on Solar and a bunch more. So we'll take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And so let us take a look at this. Shout out to Not a Tesla App 2023.26 release notes. It seems like this release has been starting to roll out, and it seems like a lot of cool features are in this. So this first one is destination closing soon. Quote, navigation now shows if your destination is closing soon or maybe closed by the time you arrive. I don't know about you all, but navigation within Tesla has been beefed up a lot. I mean, it's almost like a mini Yelp within your Tesla vehicle. I certainly find myself just searching for locations around me, scrolling through the pictures so I can get an idea of what it could be before that, taking a look quickly at the reviews and taking a look at what the actual worded reviews are to see what is about the destination. So I'm really, props to the Tesla team for beefing up the Tesla navigation system with all the different businesses. Sometimes I find myself just using the Tesla voice activation system just to search for certain businesses around me just to see what is around. So definitely give that a try if you haven't already. Tesla is really starting to beef up their navigation system. The second one, Spotify refresh. Play your Spotify music, playlist, podcasts, and audiobooks with a more familiar look and feel. I haven't seen this one just yet, but it seems like they are trying to update Spotify so that it looks much better, just like the apps. This next one, Bluetooth game controllers. Use Bluetooth controllers to play arcade games in arcade. I feel like they've already had this, but cool, I guess. The funny thing with this is it's really fun that games can be played in Tesla vehicles, but really I have maybe launched the games once or twice in my whole time of owning Teslas. But really cool stuff that you can access games, but at the end time there's games on phones and other different things as well. On top of that, automatic headlights is the next one. Your lights turn on automatically when windshield wipers are activated and headlights are set. I mean, that's a really cool feature because it makes sense, right? If your windshield wipers are probably coming on, then your headlights should most likely come on as well. So really good, nice safety feature with that. Charge on solar is the next one. I've been excited for this one because if you have solar, which you should get solar if you're buying an electric vehicle in space, especially of high cost areas like California, and we're going to be making probably big segments on that, on solar and which provider I actually recommend. But if you charge on solar with a solar energy and have a power wall, you can be able to set it up where you can just use your solar energy and not pull from the grid, it seems like, which would make a lot of cool sense at the end of the day, because then you kind of become sustainable. And it's pretty interesting, right? We've had the Tesla vehicle here and we've been charging solely at home, and we do drive a lot, like 1,500 miles to 2,000 miles a month. We've also got a Model X, which is a big battery, 100 kilowatts. And I've been taking a look at the charging kilowatts and how many charges that we've been doing. And we're charging anywhere from 500 to 600 kilowatts a month when our house really just only uses 800. So we're almost double the amount of electricity. So charge on solar, once you've got this whole setup, we don't have a power wall yet, fingers crossed, it would be a very, very nice feature. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. We talked about this camera view, which could be 360, which could not be. A newer enhanced version, which is pretty nice. You can now see multiple cameras at once when checking your vehicle's surroundings. We talk about that, but we haven't demoed it yet. And then on last update is Vampire Survivors game. We talked about games and how we don't really play too many games, but a cool update nonetheless. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the live stream comments, but before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link. You support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. And if you're interested in winning a set of all-weather floor mats for your Model 3 or Model Y, sponsored by 3D Mats USA, definitely consider going to our YouTube community page where you can join in onto our latest giveaway, which is actually ending this Friday. Scroll down about 6 posts down on the community page right here. Then you can scroll down, enter in. You can find the post and enter in to potentially win a set of all-weather floor mats for your Model 3 or Model Y, sponsored by 3D Mats USA. Thank you to 3D Mats USA for sponsoring, and good luck to everybody that's about to enter in. On top of that, if you're about to buy a Tesla or you're about to order, definitely consider using a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, because you can get anywhere from 1,500 loot box credits to $1,000 off for ordering a Tesla. And on top of that, we got plenty of Tesla discount partners down below in the description as well: 3D Mats USA, Vion, Jawa, Tesloid, and MAGBAK. So definitely check out all those links and much more. There's a lot of good links in the description for anything else that you're looking to do for purchasing your Tesla. Luis, I saw someone else say that the base long-range Cybertruck will probably not get released until 2025 until I get a Model 3 while I wait, or just wait out in the case to release early until 2025. Depends on what number Cybertruck order you are. And if you're interested in finding what place you are in line, we've got a video on the channel where you can find a website where you can check out what place you are in line. I mean, it's a guesstimate, right? But if you're further down the list, if it's going to be a 2025 anyway, then yeah, you could get a 2-year lease on a Model 3 or even buy one, take advantage of these 7,500 federal tax credit plus all the different incentives right now. That would make a lot of sense, especially if you need a vehicle. Almas, heard some rumors on Model Y interior refresh coming earlier than expected. Any thoughts on that? My best guess is that it's going to be 1 year after the Model 3 Highland. So that's where I certainly feel like it's going to come out, but who knows at this point. Tesla can do whatever they want, whenever they want, to build excitement for the brand. Chris, test drove a Model Y Performance. Dealer gave me the key and drove it myself for 30 minutes. Car is fast. May buy a used Model Y with 30,000 to 40,000 miles, just cheaper at this point for me. Yeah, I mean, I would also take into factor any state incentives that you have, plus the 7,500 federal tax rate if you qualify in full. But yeah, then a used one could make sense if you don't qualify for all those full programs. But thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for supporting, and thanks for the past few days with our travel stream. We're going to try and upgrade that with a better mic. But thank you for supporting, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.